EVE Online. Lost 23,000 years in the future, our group of space Canadians are sorry in advance. Morning breaks, and the beavers poke their noses out of the dam to see where it has drifted overnight. Which makes every day a new adventure because they never know what they're going to stumble upon. To help them better understand this dark and gloomy world located outside of the dam, Daddy and Mommy Beaver, also called Ben and Dam, explain life to young beavers outside of their dam. So we welcome you, young beaver, to the Beaver Show.
Hi there, beavers. So welcome to the Beaver Show. So tonight you see that we have like our third beaver in our dam, which is Mr. Rixx JaviX. Hi there.
Hey, hi everybody. Good to be here in my dam.
And hi, dam.
Yeah, it makes me think of the first joke that I teach my boys when they're young, and it's when they're old enough to appreciate, when they're starting to think about profanity a little bit. So around 4 or 5. What do you call monkeys that live on a dam?
Well,
Damn monkeys. They always get a chuckle out of that. Yeah, it's a bad dad joke, but yeah.
I do appreciate it. Might not be a good sign, but anyway. Okay, so for those of you that just joined us and have no idea what's this show about, but you see Rixx and you go, oh wow, like he's super famous and everything. Yes, he is. The Beaver Show, it's like the second section of the show. The first one was in French, so if you were not understanding anything, that's probably right. So this second section is now in English. Me and them are both from Sorry in Advance. That is a wormhole, corporation and alliance. And Rixx, what's your affiliation?
I am CEO of Stay Frosty, which is a low-sec pirate corporation, and executor of an alliance called A Band Apart, which is where Stay Frosty lives. We also have other corporations in the alliance that do industry and wormholes and other PvPers, and we compete in the alliance tournament and run events and generally make a nuisance of ourselves all over New Eden and just have fun and laugh and yar a lot and shoot people for no reason.
I like it. It's now a verb.
Yeah. We don't take ourselves seriously at all, and nor do we take the game all that seriously. So we just have fun and try to bring as much content as we can.
That's just awesome. So, and A Band Apart is also behind some kind of event. Which one?
This past Saturday, sadly. So if you missed it, you missed it. But you'll have to wait a whole year. We held it's actually the 14th year that we've done this, but it is the 9th in a row for Stay Frosty. Because Stay Frosty turns 10 in May. So there were frigate free-for-alls before Stay Frosty. When I was with the Tuskers, I ran them with the Tuskers for a year and a half, and then I had a pirate corporation before that also ran the FFA. So it's the ninth annual one. This is what we call it, just to keep things simple. And we had it this Saturday. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we were there, them and I.
You guys did? I thought so. Yeah. I thought you were there.
Yeah. We had really a lot of fun. We were there with some of our newest beavers. And
that's awesome.
That's really great. They learn.
Yeah, they learn a lot. Like,
I
lost my chip. What happened? Okay, it happened that and that.
Now that you say that, I got a couple of emails from your members. Yeah, telling me how much fun they had and how much they learned and how much they were looking forward to. Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Hearing that, they're so good. But yeah, a lot of them just learned how much fun PvP is. losing ship, well, it doesn't matter. Just have fun and like yeah, go and pew pew, lose a ship, kill a ship, whatever. Have fun and like we really did enjoy that. It also helped me with my FC skills and yeah, really did appreciate it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I mean, it was the whole idea behind it originally was to help players, to help introduce players to as risk free of PvP as you can possibly get in Eve, which is, again, never without any risk. It's
Mm-hmm.
impossible to remove all of it. So how do we do that? And it was like, well, we'll just give them ships so they don't have to buy them or use their own ISK. And I mean, they're going to take a sex status hit. They're they might get potted. We try to avoid that, but external factors being what they are.
Mm-hmm.
But try to make it as much fun as humanly possible, and just introduce. And it's funny because we have been doing this for a very long time now, and we have people in our corporation who, and other players that I know of, who years and years ago came to their first PvP at the event and are now flying in low sec or flying in null sec fleets and doing PvP. So it does work.
I'm like quite sure it does. Like just first time, and like we'll be there like next year.
Oh,
Uh,
absolutely.
Awesome.
yeah, that was like really a great time, like a great Saturday, and good land. A lot of people really did enjoy it.
Yeah, I
Good.
like the
Good.
chaos around it. Like you just say hi to someone in the local, and also then your friend, and you are a new fleet, and you just fly with people you barely know. That's just nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You get a better feel of the like the real Heave community behind it, and man, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice that streamers, come and live stream, and then the CCP devs came. So
Hmm.
you might go your whole career and never run into a dev in space, but it's nice to see. I think we had 6 or 7 of them in this year, and so you might get one of those kills.
Yeah,
Get on a
I've
dev kill.
been like I've been a bad beaver. There's been a capsule outside of me, and I blew it up. It was
I have the kill.
yeah, you got the kill word, but I'm on the kill too. But it was written like CCP on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
the only
fair.
castle
Yeah,
I
you
I was
can you
like,
can pod them.
I can like I cannot let that go. Like it was like at like a 3,000 meter from me. So I'm like, nah, you're not going anywhere.
I
That's awesome.
Yeah, so now I got like a CCP kill on my kill board. I'm happy.
That's great.
yeah.
Do you remember which one it was?
I'll have to look it up. Damn, if you
Yeah.
can, it would be awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So this week, not this week, but this year, did we break a record of any kind, or?
No, I think we did not, and the reason for that is a little bit complicated. But last year was so successful. I mean, we had last year we hit over 22,000 ships destroyed. It was the fourth largest fight ever in Eve in one day. It was the largest single day event in the history of LoSec. I mean, we broke all the records last year, and that's a lot to live up to. And then one of the things that really threw us off this year was, well, a couple of things. There were a lot of people who were going to come, but then a war broke out in Nullsec, so
Yeah.
we're probably 300 or 400 people short, and that's several large fleets of Goon Swarm, Brave, and a
Uh,
few others that usually show up, and they were going to, and then the week prior to the event, a war breaks out in Nullsec. So that's understandable. No harm, no foul there. But it did impact the numbers a little bit. I mean, we did extremely well. Excuse me. I think final tally is right around 13,000 ships destroyed, and I think we handed out about 8,500 of those, and then the rest were other people coming in their own ships, which is also fine. So a lot of people just bring their own ships. We had people coming in all week leading up to the event, putting up posses. Riot put up a posse and put ships in it for their guys, and then and a few other people did that as well. and then a lot of transport ships bringing ships in, and Sinos bringing ships in, and it was a busy week. And then, so yeah, it was it was a very successful event compared to, say, 3 years ago. It's mammoth. When we started these, we made, I think the first event we made 1,500 frigates to hand out, and then we made 4,500 frigates to hand out, and then we made 5,000 frigates to hand out, and then last year, like I said earlier, we had donated to us 20,000 frigates to hand out. As we learned, though, there's only so many frigates you can hand out in 6 hours, because you have to have trade windows, and you have to trade people. So, this year we did it a little differently. We started trading 2, 3, 4 ships at a time, just to try to do that.
Yeah, and it went well. Like when I had like 2, 3 ships, I could like just redistribute them to my people, and the other way around. And yeah, it was like really, really great. And we make sure that every ship that we've been handed out has been destroyed.
Excellent.
Yeah, or I
good.
give it back to you because it's not
Yeah.
mine anyway.
Yeah, I did get a lot of ships returned through contracts and stuff, which is great. We have a funny side note to that. There are people wouldn't know this, but on our Discord, there's a blacklist channel, and because there are always, every year, there's a group of some people who will take the ships but never undock from the station. So we keep an eye on that, and they get reported, and we put them in the blacklist channel so that we can watch, because what they'll do is they'll collect 12, 14, 20 frigates, and then they'll try to move them out the day after or a couple of days later. So on Sunday, we killed, I don't know how many, I don't have the total numbers, but Badgers and Nereses and things moving frigates out. So it's always a fun couple of days afterwards for us too, where we get to blow up people who are trying to sneak frigates out.
They were like 50,
And these,
like those number of frigates is like less than 50 million
it's really,
worth.
yeah, I mean, these are Tech 1 fitted frigates,
Yeah.
so they're not really all that expensive.
No, I was very clear with my guys. I was like, you need to get killed. Go outside.
Yep, go get yourself in trouble.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
And one of them just answered, "I can't get killed by myself, okay?"
You
Yeah,
can do
exactly.
it. I believe in
Yeah,
you.
go do it.
That was
So
That's smart.
yeah, the one that I kill, it's CCP Overload. So
yeah, CP Overlord. I don't know
that's
what, like
one.
where he or she is working, like in which team. But yeah, like it was just assigned to me. Like, warp this crew up, like you're mine. Well, actually, damn, like she got the last kill, but yeah.
The kill, and I
Yeah.
think like someone in the fleet got the corpse.
Well, I had a group of Stay Frosty pilots ask me if I had killed any CCP devs, and I said yeah, and they said, well, we still haven't had a chance to. So I told them, I said, well, follow me. I'll go track one down. So I got into, and I have to admit, it was a little bit of a cheat. I got in a special Condor that I had fitted up for just that purpose, and I undocked in it. I warped off, and I tracked down CCP Overload. It was actually CCP Overload as well, and pointed him with the Condor, and then had the rest of the teammates warp into me so that they could get on a kill. And he wasn't super happy about it. But
Sorry.
once I explained what it was, he was like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." So I'm like, I just wanted to make sure these guys got on a CCP kill.
Yeah, wait a minute.
So-
You said like a specially fitted Condor?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that
it-
was before us then.
Like I'm sending one like in the Twitch chat. Is that this one?
Might have. No,
Ah.
that's the regular one. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay. It would have been
Close.
funny.
The reason I can tell is it doesn't have a sensor booster. So the special one had a sensor booster, and then it also had an abyssal warp disruptor. So a little longer point range.
Oh, okay. It would have been funny that I would have been on the kill of that.
Yeah,
Condor.
yeah. I don't think that one got killed actually. So because I only brought it out for that and then put it back.
Great.
Although it did end up having a couple of funny things happen. I shared a funny story on my blog, and if nobody's heard it, I always, every year I get donations, like I had mentioned. People donate ships, they donate prizes, things like that, and So this year I had a Thanatos donated to the event, and I used that. I undocked in that and got killed in it. And I had a monitor, and I've never flown a monitor before. So the day before, I was like, oh, I better fit that thing up, and I drag it over, and I realized it only has 3 mid slots, and I'm like, oh, that's right. This is that Fleet Commander special ship that has 400,000 EHP, which is pretty cool. And I'm like, well, what do I put in the mids? And it has a bonus to target painting. I'm like, oh, that's great. So I'll put a target painter in. So during the event, I undocked it and warped to the belt, and I was like, well, I'll just target paint people until someone catches me and kills me. So I'm doing that, and I told my guys to fly into the belt so more people would come. So they fly in. They go, "What are you doing in a monitor?" I say, "Well, I'm just going to sit here and target paint people until they catch me and kill me." And they're like, "Well, you know that target painter doesn't actually do any target painting." And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And I look it up, and the target painter on the monitor does 0% target painting. It's only for
It's a real FC ship, just like
Yep,
points.
it's a whoring target painter. That's all it's for, is the whore on kills. And I'm like, oh gosh. So I docked it back up, and we'll save that ship for something. Sadly, I did manage to get on 5 kills though. But so apologies to those people. But I didn't know that. I'm just happily target painting everyone, going, okay, guys, you can kill them. And like, your target painter is doing nothing.
That's great.
That's funny.
So I just linked in chat evoganda.blogspot.com, so you can go there and have like all of Rixx's stories, and like, well, it's his blog, so go there.
Yeah, they keep you busy if you read through the archive. 13 years archive, so from pretty much from 2010 till now.
Wow.
Crazy.
And let's see. Do you know like how much people were like? Do you have like stats about what happened Saturday?
Well, yeah. Usually, what happens is that CCP Fozzie will send me a report afterwards, and he hasn't done that yet. So I'm hoping that he'll still do it. But from what we were able to tell, we had close to 13,000 ships exploded during the 6 hours of the event, and that we believe that over those 6 hours we had 3,500 people attend. So it's a little hard to tell how many people, but we take temperatures at various times all the way through the event. So if you take those temperatures and you sort of average them out, and that's local, who's in local. So because I do a lot of like prize giveaways, I did 50 free skins and things like that, and so we like to keep track of who's in local when. So it looks like about 3,500 people total over 6 hours, which is pretty good.
Wow, that's nice.
To be honest, like CCPs are maybe really busy right now, so feel free to poke him and ask him for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to sometime.
Yeah, it's not. It's definitely not like I said. Last year was the biggest one we've ever had, and this one certainly wasn't quite up to that, but still successful and not a record breaker. So
okay,
still good. But
I think you had a shout out to some people.
Maybe
he said it before the show. Like he said, like thanks to a few people.
Your team.
Well, the team in ABA, and then also I had shouted out to the donors and the people who had given us, free prizes and ships and supported the event too, which is always extremely helpful. And we really, honestly, couldn't do it without the donors, because everything that we do, really, from this event and other events. Stay Frosty is going to be turning 10 in May, so we're going to have something for that too. And all the donations and things really do help make those events possible, because we're just dirty pirates. We don't really do PvE or industry or anything, so it's hard enough to get enough ISK together to do these things. So it's nice when we get a chance. So always appreciate it.
Okay, so like you prefer like ISK donation, frigate donation, Plex donation. What's the best?
Whatever. Well, what I always say is whatever makes the most sense for you, because all of it can be reduced to ISK if need be. But ships, mods, um, even resources. We had a couple of people last year who donated mining materials, that could be refined. So our guys used some of that for creating of the rigs for the event. So it all helps.
Okay, so
And
like people that are winning Eve could actually give you their stuff.
now that is where we get into like some really big donations. For example, the blog post wrote today is back in November. Somebody was winning Eve and donated a fully officer fit Hell supercarrier
How
back
much
in
was that?
November.
Like value that?
Well, it's hard to say, but the fitting simulation says 14.5 billion ISK.
Only the
So
fitting. Okay.
yeah, it's hard to say because
Yeah, like the
I haven't.
price. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, price fluctuates, and that's not always accurate. I'm guessing somewhere around 22 billion total with all the officer mods on it. Some of which are rather rare, honestly. So yeah, so that actually caused quite a bit of a problem for me because um, I'm almost 300 million skill points on Rixx, but never trained for supers. So I had to train for the Hell super carrier. And then also, what do I do with it? Where do I put it? Um,
Yeah,
you know,
looks
you,
like you
you can't
cannot. Like
you,
there's no key
you can't
star.
just you can't just park a super carrier in a in an NPC station. So it also just kind of became a problem that I wanted to wait until after the FFA to see what would become what would make the most sense. So it's just been setting where it's at and tried to get a hold of the player, but I think they quit Eve and have left.
Mm.
So we're still trying to debate what's the best thing. I think maybe the charity auction, possibly. Maybe we'll undock it for the 10th anniversary here in May and do something special with it. But any ideas are always appreciated. So
Nice, nice. Well, that's quite a ship. With the price of
yeah, yeah.
supers.
Oh, yeah. Also got a couple of Zanitras, which is the Triglavian dreadnought, um, from a person who was quitting. It's not always dreadnoughts and supers, but marshals. 2 years ago, somebody quit and gave me a fully fit marshal, which I did undock and use at the FFA that year and got killed in it. And the funny thing about it is it's a marshal. So for me, as a -10 player, I had no bonuses whatsoever on that ship. It did not last very long at all. So
Yeah, for those people that don't know what like the marshals and like this line of ship actually give bonuses the more like security status you got. But since Rixx is a pirate, his
yeah,
security
I can.
status is near -10. Actually, I was quite surprised when I saw that it was not.
Well, I used to, when I first got to be -10, first started to become a pirate, I took a lot of pride in keeping it at -10. And over the last couple of years, the game has changed a little bit. And it's not as hard to change your sex status now. You can buy upgrades and go positive, you know. And then also, we've been roaming a lot more in nullsec over the last 3 years. And so if you go into nullsec at all, you know that if you're hanging out on the gate waiting to jump, a lot of times these little red dots will appear that will tackle you and start shooting you. So that's pretty much where the 0.1% goes away when you're sitting on a nullsec gate and you have to kill the rats. And unfortunately, Concord thinks you're pretty awesome for doing that and gives you a bonus. So it's a lot harder to keep the pure -10 going
Like the
than it used to be.
purity of the pirate. I like that. So yeah, oh, don't go in those. But actually, last year there's been a patch that reduced quite a lot the rat at the gate, so it should be better now.
Yeah, and the other thing too that messed up was Pochfin and the Trigs and the Eden comp. So, because we have a lot of those on gates in Losec, all of us have to take a expedition. So we have it worked out so that we hand out filaments so you can jump in, take 15 minutes and shoot a couple of rats, and then jump back out to low sec. And so anytime anybody goes, I don't have standings with triglavians or Eden Com, we go, here's your filament, take a Tristan, here's some drones, and go do this. It takes 15 minutes, and then you'll be fine. So that kind of messed up standings. You have to keep standings with the triglavians in order so they don't shoot you.
Yeah, well, some of us did the same thing, in like we were in wormholes with low sec static. So yeah,
Right.
we did it like we went to Pudgevan just to be able to move around because yeah, it's quite useful.
Yeah, I used to think that wormholes were kind of scary, but man, triglavian space really.
Yeah, it's another
It's something.
level.
It's something. Yeah, it's a whole another level of oppression and fear.
Yeah, well, like they got like this gloomy vibe and everything. I like it.
You know, and the music and the sound effects and everything are really oppressive.
Music?
I like it.
There's music in Eve.
There's sound in Eve, believe it or not. Yeah. Really good sound. Kudos to the sound engineers who get no credit, but really good sound.
Indeed. Okay, so let's move up to the to the news and see. Like actually, a lot happened like this week. So Rixx, yes, Dan?
Oh, I think you wanted to put like Qatar Damo right now.
Yes, you're
Like
right.
concerning like the free
Like
for all.
yeah, because I think she really liked it. If you don't know who Castor d'Amour is, she's the Beaver of Love, and every week,
And
yeah, something happens.
yeah, and we are sorry in advance.
Yeah, so let's move to here. Yeah, that's gonna be talked about later on.
So right now, Rix, you have to put a bit of sound on the Twitch.
Like on the Twitch, if you want to hear, you want to hear.
Oh, right.
What's gonna be happening with that?
All right.
Here you go. Are you ready, Rix? Remember, we're sorry in advance. And it's not working because life stuff.
You can do it.
Hi,
There
Rick.
you go.
So,
We believe in
did
you.
you participate in the best event of the last weekend? I'm talking, of course, of the Frigate Free-for-All! I was there! Yes. If you didn't saw me in the local, it's because I had the Aurora skin that allows you to almost not being seen. Yes. I went so unnoticed that even Ezekiel Board didn't saw me. Yes. I died so many times so that we could succeed a new world record for the biggest fight. More than 6,000 people were in the same system at the same time. That's the same event, right? Anyway, did you know that Rixx JaviX have superpowers? First, they want to create crazy, awesome, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious freaking event, and also the one to command rock to become spaceships. Yes. For the moment, he's just able to do like little frigates, but soon he'll know that he'll be able to do cruisers and titans. Yes. Titans free-for-all! I also saw some ugly people at the event who were like in smart bombers. Yes. They were clearly overcompensating for something. Not like Rixx, he don't need to overcompensate for anything. Anyway, Rixx, if you need money to do like another event, call me. On the other hand, you know the consequences. I have to have my moment of glory at the event. Bye,
Oh my God, I may never recover.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
wait till I show my wife that. She's gonna have it. Yeah,
I
that's
can
great.
see your
That was awesome.
oh, well, I'll sure that I'll make sure that she get the the information.
It's very
Yeah,
funny.
we're probably
Yeah,
gonna
good
make a
stuff.
short of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last week, she really liked Mark Resurrectus.
Yeah, Mark's awesome.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
last week, he was the one chosen. And when he saw it on his Discord, just said, "Well, that's my new sleep paralysis demon."
That's awesome. That's so great.
So yeah. Okay, so where were we at, damn?
So now it's the news.
Okay, so we got this super cutscene.
Oh.
Yep, there's new stuff to talk about. Here we go. So today we got this new patch that got a lot of stuff. I don't know if you had time to actually test some of it, Rixx.
No, I did. I did go into my corporation settings and turn off all the the faction warfare stuff, so people in our corp can't join faction warfare. I told them that I might turn it back on, but I'm going to have a moment to read the patch notes and figure out what's involved with all that. So for now, I just turned it all off.
Yeah, actually, that's a really good point because everyone that is leading a corporation can either select the one that he allows their people to actually get in, or just uncheck them all to avoid people getting into factional warfare.
Right.
Because I think that you're
Yeah, so
actually in factional warfare zone.
we are, yeah. So we live in Cal Mill war zone. So if I did turn it back on, it would probably be for Mimitar and M.E.R, since that's far away. But I think what we're going to end up doing is allowing people to get their alts in, but no mains that are in corporation, because it's just going to cause too much confusion if we're flying around in a gang and one of our players is in a plex, in militia. So because since that's primarily who we're fighting against every single day is the militias. So I don't know. This seems. So I think it's a great feature. I'm not against it. I think it's mostly primarily for players like yourselves who live in wormholes, who might want to come into low sec every once in a while, participate, or players that live in null sec who want an alternate income stream and also would like to maybe spend a couple hours every week, fighting in militia space and low sec. I think it's great for that.
Yeah, well, actually, I did enlist myself this morning. One of my tunes, so that I can actually try the Keltary one and see if we can actually just finish off the Galanty. Job's done.
Please do. Please finish off the Galanty. Yes.
Because I would like to know, would CCP would actually do something meaningful if that happened?
Maybe they just turned one of our low sec systems near my house into a high sec system, so that was kind of meaningful for us. So
yeah, and not only that, it's 0.6 since today, and you can now you can anchor stuff in it now.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my question is, when am I going to start getting to turn high sec into low sec? But so
just imagine Vita going like doop 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 doop.
That would be nice.
Oh, yeah. So a lot of stuff. I won't go through everything, but let's say two big things. So you can get in factional warfare now, even if you're in another corporation or alliance, without implying every other one of your friends or without leaving your friends. And there's also a side of that, a campaign of sorts that you can give points to, let's say the Caldari or whatever, by doing sites exploration, PvE, PvP, and everything. And what's fine with it is that you can also mine the ship that does that to get their core, so that you can like get them to the faction that you actually want them to go. And I think it's gonna be something long, because the one that you get from like from, let's say, the M.E.R, you need to get them, let's say, like to the Caldari. But like if you like, there's gonna be like display between like all the empires, and I don't know if you need to put that all in the same one, but not sure it's really doable with time zone and stuff.
That's what making it interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
it's always like the challenge.
Mm-hmm. It's part of the challenge, right? And it's rather complex, but
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, the shipcaster thing is kind of interesting too, I think.
But I'm not sure what it's gonna be really doing. At some point, they're talking about like, okay, you'll be able to cast ship into like a Sinogem system and stuff. But at some point, they said that it will help the militia. So I'm guessing only in low sec.
I think if you think about it like a jump bridge network for the militia in low-sec, I think that's probably what it's going to kind of be like.
Yeah, so like from their headquarters to anywhere.
To in the war zone.
Yeah, in the war zone. Okay. So let's say that the Caldari exterminate the Galante. After that, like they could take like another race.
Right. Right.
So yeah, and you can actually read it. There's been like update to sounds, sound effect, sound quality, and one of the funny thing that I saw is that they added something technical here. Improve the client performance in scene with a large amount of objects, like during a fleet fight. Like aside from the Forget Free for All Saturday, something else happened, and that would have been useful.
It would have been, yeah. Although, lag wasn't too bad. TDI wasn't too bad on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, really? Well, it's different. No, I think that they were like quite isolated. No.
Mm. Well, we definitely had some lag issues, that's for sure. But
yeah, I do remember I do remember lag. Yeah, but not that much with the people that we got.
No, I didn't think it was bad at all.
Yeah.
No, that was good. Like me and Ben already fly with goons, so that was okay.
Yeah, well,
last year we got up to like 20-25% at a couple of times during the event, but this year I don't think it ever got. I don't even remember it. Most of the lag that we had was in trading window lag, just opening and moving items, and that's pretty normal.
Tie-dye wise, like I always stayed in green. Like the few times that I had like some during the weekend, it was still in green. So no biggies.
Good. That's good to hear.
Yeah. Still technical. You're a Mac user, Rixx? Like
I am, yeah.
Like there's been like some crash this morning, and now how is it?
I started around 1900 and played till about 22, and it was fine. We had, like I said to you earlier, we had some really interesting bugs still going on, like ship names changing when you jump through gates, and overview glitches, and a couple other weird things. And I had some people in Corp reporting some crashes in a row, like a weird crash and then come back in and crash again and then come back in and be fine. So that's kind of an odd one. But so I'm guessing it's just a little bit buggy, and it'll probably get cleaned up here over the next couple of days, hopefully.
Oh, good. Still in the topic of factional warfare, but more like a lore side, or maybe it's going to have like a real impact. There's the Caldari State and the M.E.R Republic that are becoming chummy. So that's interesting. Because you got like some kind of treaty that is also done by the M.E.R and the Galante. I don't know if it's going to change something on the factional warfare, as if you kill, let's say, like your opposing faction, is if the adjacent faction, you're going to get like the same decrease in like in standing and such. So I don't know how that's gonna be working, but I do think that after the event that we have right now for this shipcaster, there's gonna be something interesting between the Caldari and the Minmatar, because we do not have faction ships with those two races. So
That is true. Yeah.
I imagine like really fast ship with shield. That would be something interesting.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah. So if that news is about that, I'm really like all about it. Like it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I like that idea. Well, it's good to shake things up every once in a while too, you know.
Yeah, at some point we had a place named Niarja. Remember that?
I remember that. Right.
Niarja was like the choke point between M.E.R and Jita, and during the Triglavian invasion, it just went down as one of the system of the Triglavians. So now you have to do like something like 40 jump or 46 jump between the two if you want to stay in high sec. So yeah, and now you got Abaddon. It is like the new Niarja now. Yeah, quite interesting.
Yeah.
And we got the war in the north, and there's a lot that happened there. Not only the big Keepstar fight that I'll be talking about later on, but also the Fraternity do not have any rest now, as Dracarys is in the same time zones as Fraternity did join the melee. So
yeah, so they are in the same time zone, and they have like US time zone and everything, so
yeah, so
they don't have any rest.
Yeah,
right
no
now.
rest for the pandas. That is so sad.
Something happened between them and the Pandemic Heart this week, I think.
Oh yes, like the thing with goblins. Let's see if I can actually get it.
So like Fraternity like paying hard to be their mercenary, and it happened that Fraternity hit Pandemic Heart, so it shouldn't be.
yeah, like it was a group that didn't care and just start shooting, and yeah, well, drama happened. We got goblins at some point saying that everything is fine now. So we have confirmation that the corp has been given 24-hour warning to get out. So the matter is resolved. We will blue winter coat today and work together versus the Gunas. So
Yeah, they give a little name to goons. Did you
that's
stop?
cute.
Just Goonas.
Yo, too much lag here. Okay. Oh yeah, that one was funny. You might have seen it. It's CCP in their browser, like in the launcher, actually say we got like some really good hardware, and that's like one day or two before like all the how that happened on Saturday. So that was quite funny because it did not all, and like you got like time loops, and you said that with the Mac you get like you log on to the ship issue. So well, still hardware update, it's good. Like they're saying
absolutely.
Yeah, like we needed it. Like it's really a good thing. And one of the things that they say into that is like the time for downtime has been reduced significantly. So maybe eventually we'll get like no downtime, or just a quick, I don't know, something that like bots need to actually do something in.
Yeah, just like disconnect some bot and come back. Yeah.
And not only
CCB Larrikin's explained that to me before, but I don't understand what he's talking about because it's so technical. And but yeah, the idea of getting no downtime is probably not possible. But you know, their goal is to get it down into the minutes.
Yeah, like
where you hardly even notice it.
2.5 minutes, something like that. So yeah, it's really good. And well, actually, last week, like the real Eve has been open to beta. So yeah, Excel and Eve.
Oh right, yeah.
is like I've seen some people actually use it, and it can do wonders with APIs and stuff. You can log on your characters. I don't know about corporations, but if so, that would be just amazing, because there's so much stuff in corporation and cars, and all the corporation's assets, the wallets, taxes. Oh yeah,
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
yeah. Oh yeah. Like so am I. That's gonna be like really great. Have you get your name into the beta when like they ask you?
Oh, for the XL, no.
Yeah.
I figured I'm not really a Power XL user. I do like using it, and I'm looking forward to it being. But I just I'll let other people do the beta on that one.
Good. So from here, let's actually go to, well, the kill of the week. Just fish going boom. Here you go. So,
It's not a spaceship this week.
sorry?
It's not a spaceship, it's a structure this week.
Well, it's a structure, it's a battle report, because, well, while we were with Rixx, exploding frigates, there were 6,000 people that was in another system doing all kind of shenanigans on the keep stars. And here you go. That's the battle report. So see, nearly 6,000, well, a little bit more than 6,000 people. Keepstar at this timer did survive, but during that time, goons Brave and Blob and everything did kill Fortizar, because it was a really long fight, and they got interrupted by the downtime when they tried to get in back. Did not went really well. If you went on Reddit, some complaints and everything that happened, and some flashback from M2 happened for some of those people. Yeah, it was funny, because remember that 2 days before, CCP announced the big update on the hardware. So,
Right.
Not this.
yeah, and now you wonder how much of the FC knew that happen, and how they use that to their advantage. Because there's some serious brain in those teams that actually know what those kind of server can actually handle. And that's really impressive.
Some people said that Asher have a superpower to play with time.
Yeah, because some people they were extracting from the Keepstar battle, and at some point they've been they went back 1 hour before to the point that they were, which is at the Keepstar in trouble. So
Yeah. And I have a theory about this. The Caldari, the technology that we're talking about,
oh
for
yeah,
last
that's because
2
of that.
weeks.
It's the shape the caster thing.
Yeah. But I think it's not sending you to a point in space, but sending you in a point in time.
Yeah, it's
Maybe.
repercussion from the future installation is gonna be built.
Why not?
Big brain.
Oh, I like that. I can invade somebody yesterday,
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting. But there's a lot of things that when you think about it doesn't make sense, because there's all those things about espionage and spying on on the corporation. But since you got space and time, if you just look far away, you'll see in the past. So just get into the right place and you'll see what people were doing a week ago or whatever, and get the intel that you need. Something like that should be happening. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, there was a big fight, and it was amazing that many people could be in local. So I'm
Yes.
just
Yes,
impressed.
that's you got it. Amazing. but still, like I think like after before that was the record was what around like half of that, something like that in M2 and all that place. It was quite something.
Yeah, amazing.
So let's see if I don't mess up my cutscene.
It happened at least once at every show. So
Yeah, but now I thought about it. Okay, so well,
you can do
actually,
it.
we're now at the other section where we're just about to think, well, not think, but talk about bacon.
Yeah.
Because, well, Rixx, do you like bacon?
Well, of course, I'm human.
Oh, okay. So, if I would tell you that there's a place that you got like unlimited bacon, would you like to go to that place?
Well, sure, my heart probably wouldn't, but I would. Yeah.
If I can find it here, got too much like tea on this thing here.
Yeah, yeah, so
Here
much
you go.
like
So
one
yeah,
of
Eve
the
Montreal and the unlimited bacon is back this year again. So it's at the Sugar Shack, like it just like 45 minutes an hour north Montreal, and every time we got a blast there. It's a family friendly event. We're gonna have like CCP Lucid is gonna be there with us. We'll have people from all around that's gonna be there, and not only that, you got until this Sunday, so only a few days still to buy your ticket, because we need to confirm the number of person. So if you get accepted after Sunday, that's just per lock. So get your ticket like now, so that you can be sure to have your place at the event. And we'll have like a lot of skins, like in-game items. It's gonna be something like around like 6B worth, plus merchandise, plus little extras that you'll get. So that's a lot of things. So if you just convert that into money, well, the event itself might just cost you a few bucks or free, or you might be getting paid if you're lucky with the draws. So be there. It's gonna be on the 25th of March. Unlimited bacon, a lot of maple syrup, a lot of good food, Canadian cuisine. It's amazing.
It sounds great.
Oh,
it will be.
yeah.
I'm gonna try the unlimited bacon thing for one of my events. So we have Steel City Eve every year, and invite people over to the house. So I've never tried unlimited bacon as a thing, so I'm gonna have to try that.
It does work, because
It,
last year we got like a full table that were non-believers into the unlimited bacon. But it happened that after their 7th bowl of bacon, they did become believers.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
maybe sick too, but well, that's another story.
And maple syrup is gonna stay down. So yes, so that's it for our show, Beavers. Well,
Oh, no,
wait,
Ben.
no. Okay, no, that is
You
right.
didn't share the art of Rixx.
Yes,
That would be a shame, because like it's
yes,
awesome.
Yay!
yes. Go on rixxjavix.com. You'll get like all the links that we talked about into the show in in the comments like section just below in the description if you're on YouTube. So you got rixxjavix.com, and you got the blog also that is there. Just click it and you'll see there's wonders there that you do not want to miss.
Yeah, that's just really beautiful. Good job.
Yeah,
Really.
and
Thank you, thank you.
yes, I think you did like some metal poster that are just like jaw dropping, and all
Yeah.
kind of stuff, and
Thanks,
some
guys.
like you really like what you're doing, like that like true artist right there.
Oh, thank you very much. And yeah, it's been awesome.
Thank you. So, do you have like any last word for our beavers, Rixx?
No, just be careful of the pond you pick, and make sure you're doing a good job on keeping the streams clear and not deforesting too much. spread your deforestation around, and watch out for swamp rats. They're really not your friends. They will dirty up your dam, and just watch out for hunters. Keep safe, and just be beavers. We need beavers. Apparently, what I've heard is beavers help global warming. So more beavers is good.
Yes, indeed. They actually
Yeah.
do help biodiversity. That is actually totally true. That's well. Thank you very much. So, then, last word for the show.
Thanks, Rixx, to have been there, and see you next week, Beaver.
Yeah. So, thanks a lot, Rixx, for being there. It was a pleasure.
Thanks, guys. It was
See
awesome.
you. Yeah. See you, beavers
Cheers.
around. Au revoir.
Bye.
And let's see if I can find the right one.